this edition, cyclone heads towards Milne Bay Islands, fuel price change imminent next week, and Digicel ExxonMobil Cup set for kickoff. Hello, I'm Jasmine Rajak with Friday's news. Cyclone Miler is moving slowly towards Papua New Guinea, crossing over the Solomon Sea and into PNG waters, and is expected to hit Woodlark Island on Sunday. The cyclone, although yet to reach the southern end of PNG, its effects have caused severe winds and flooding in Milne Bay and Bougainville, leaving a huge trail of damage. Areas in East and West New Britain, New Ireland, Western East Civic and Manus are feeling the ripple effect of the cyclone as well. According to the National Weather Service and Zoom Earth, an interactive near real-time weather visualization tool and satellite imagery tracker, Woodlark Island is expected to be hit by Cyclone Miler on Sunday the 12th of April as it slowly makes its way over the Solomon Sea. Assistant Director of PNG Weather Service Benjamin Malai shared that the slow movement of the cyclone in the area is causing a delay by 12 to 18 hours. As a result, their predictions of the cyclone hitting Milne Bay by Saturday morning has been revised.
At the time of analysis we did earlier this morning, that was supposed to be tomorrow morning. However, the latest analysis now shows that it will be delayed for, you are right, almost a day. So most probably it will be early Sunday.
According to the Disaster and Emergency Coordination Office in Milne Bay, the outer islands facing the Solomon Sea have been greatly affected.
Right now, if it maintained the movement it was doing earlier at about 7 kilometers per hour, then we expected the system to move out of Milne Bay province by Sunday evening. However, given the current analysis, if it's almost stationary or moving at a very slow pace, then probably it will hang around until late Sunday or early Monday.
The National Weather Service continues to release cyclone warnings to provinces and islands that will be affected by the Category 3 cyclone. As Tropical Cyclone Miler moves into PNG waters, the effect of this cyclone is already causing havoc in coastal and island communities of Woodlark, Trobriand Islands, Ferguson, Normanby, Sudest, Misima, Rossel Islands and Alotau Town, leaving trails of damage. Communities along the ocean fronts have reported widespread damage from the strong winds and flooding. Coastal villages of Milne Bay Province have been particularly hit hard from rising sea levels and storms, flooding homes, trees uprooted, properties damaged, water sources contaminated, and roads destroyed. And as the island communities brace for the worst as it moves towards them, there has already been severe damage reported on Muyuwa in Woodlark Island, Tagula in Sudest Island, Misima Island, Yella area of Rossel Island, and Budi. According to the Milne Bay Disaster Coordination Office, an emergency operations center has been set up in Alotau to attend to this.
There is an emergency operations center that is set up, and it is under the coordination of the Disaster and Emergency Office here in Alotau. So the relief efforts will be coordinated by that center, and as soon as it is safe and they're able to move up, they will commence their deployment to conduct initial assessments and relief efforts as well. Okay. But as it is right now, no one's able to move out.
In Bougainville, similar damages are being caused with flooding and trees uprooted. As Cyclone Miler continues its path southwest, authorities are urging all communities in its projected track to remain alert and take necessary precautions. The full extent of the devastation is yet to be established and will only be done so after the cyclone passes. Residents in the identified areas have been told to evacuate to higher grounds and off the sea edge. In light of this cyclone, Digicel PNG has stepped in to support communities that are under weather alert. The company is providing free voice calls to help people stay safe and connected with families during the crisis. At the same time, technical teams are on high alert, actively monitoring to ensure customers maintain access to the network. The initiative aims to ensure affected communities can access help and coordinate during this challenging period. Public transport in Port Moresby hit a standstill this morning along the Route 9 stretch between Gerehu and 4 Mile. PMV owners and drivers are demanding answers from the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission as to why bus fares should not be increased to counter the hike in fuel prices.
Earlier this week, the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission announced an increase in fuel prices but no new rates for bus fares. Despite this, PMV bus owners in Port Moresby started charging passengers double the normal rate to meet fuel costs. Right now in Port Moresby, most public transport has come to a standstill as PMV owners and bus drivers go on strike. They say the rising fuel cost in the city is making it difficult and expensive for them to operate their business in the city, as the price set by the ICCC remain unchanged.
At Islam, time to long, Pambla stand up, right to blah. So as people looking, fuel price rise rapidly. Rise rapidly because now people looking more at bus or strike. Now this morning like also bus fee one time no police or come or by the drivers long godens. Bus crew na driver by the godens which is all having bus price bus fee price one time long. 3 kina. 2 kina because all looking where fuel money go down to money where driver make it lem. Pablo car make it lem. No nap well car go house all looking was money all car go house no nap. So fuel price go down from 450 go down 8 kina which is a big price we all have ma.
Then people looking at fuel price go down 6 kina 10 to now. 7 kina. 7 kina 10 to now. All mangi start looking was no nap so people strike. Strike but meeting was all mangi milagi was you must collect. Across the board in the NCDC.
The strike caused impacted commuters going to work and school. It resulted in longer waits, more money spent, and more even finding themselves stranded. The situation is putting more pressure on families who are already struggling with the high cost of living in Port Moresby and across the country.
Triple C lo at least all reconsidering all fair bus fare past them. So remember kita lo man marine na general public lo travel na also lo PNV owners and operators lo providing transport service. We gonna have some transport service must flow so that man marine even of school beginning I believe by next week now school beginning go back to school.
While the government's 1 billion kina commitments to subsidize fuel is yet to come into effect, the transport crisis continues. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
In response to this call, Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission, Roy Daggy, has appealed to PMV operators and business partners to be patient with the current fuel price increase as they wait for the first 100 million kina installment for fuel subsidies next week, which will help determine the new fuel price. Negotiations have already been made with fuel importers, and once the installment payment is made, domestic fuel prices are expected to drop for the benefit of citizens. Minister for Rural and Economic Development Joseph Lelang said the subsidy funds will be managed by the Bank of Papua New Guinea while working with the fuel importers throughout the relief process. More announcements regarding the fuel price relief package are expected on Monday, according to the ICCC.
We believe it boils down to the fuel price. Once we revert back to the March fuel price, everything should go back. So that's how we think. And we also, provided comfort to our commuters that bear with us for the weekend, and next week we should see some changes.
And I think one of the agreements is that the subsidy will be located and placed within the Central Bank of Papua New Guinea. So that when the importers of fuel want to import and place their order, they should be comforted. But the fact that there is funds in there, they can make a month, 2 or 3 month signal to the supplier overseas that they want to order this much.
This is TVWAN News. When we come back, more health workers to be recruited and late student honored.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Help stop the spread of germs and protect your loved ones with Protex. Here are some simple hand washing tips. Use soap or liquid hand wash. Vigorously scrub hands in circular motion. Scrub in between fingers and nails. Do not forget the back of the palm and around the wrist. Rinse with clean running water. Dry hands with a clean paper towel or cloth. Protex. Clean hands, good health.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Welcome back. The government has invested over 1 billion kina in the recruitment of health workers. Health Minister Elias Kapovore detailed that the gap between skilled workers and the population is being addressed. According to the World Health Organization, to meet the Sustainable Development Goals and achieve universal health coverage, a country would need a minimum density of 4 skilled health workers per 1,000 population. Health Minister Elias Kapovore said PNG, however, has a ratio of only 1 skilled health worker serving 1,000 people, describing it as a very big gap. To address this shortfall, Minister Kapovore drew attention to funding that has progressively been increased to the national budget every year.
Last year, government committed 2.75 billion kina health budget. This year, 3.09 billion kina health budget. 1.5 billion kina PHAs. 233 million kina recruiting more than 7,000 health workforce. This year, up to 800 million kina recruiting additional health workforce. Just to say that the government is committed. Government is committed to making sure that we have enough workforce in the health sector. Today we have less than 18,000 workforce for our health sector. We need more than 20,000 more.
Aside from allocating funding, Institutions that are training health workers will also receive support, with the health minister making a commitment to build new facilities for the Assemblies of God Community Health Worker Training School in Lays Okari campus. The Chinese Silk Road ARC 867 hospital ship donated medicines worth 1 million kina to the Papua New Guinea Defence Force at Murray Barracks yesterday. In receiving this support, PNGDF Chief of Personnel Colonel Rodney Yahamani thanked the people of the People's Republic of China for the support and assistance, not only in the medical space, but also in other areas of development. Many tertiary students around the world dream of their graduation day, walking onto the podium to receive their hard-earned degree. Yesterday at the IBS University's 6th graduation, one student's achievement was celebrated in absence, following a tragic loss. Late Alan Harry from Taripori District was posthumously awarded a bachelor's degree in business management during the IBS University graduation ceremony.
Instead of the graduate walking onto the podium, Alan's family received the qualification on his behalf. It was a moment marked by both pride and deep sorrow. Alan was remembered as a disciplined, God-fearing young man with strong leadership qualities who influenced fellow students and young Papua New Guineans positively throughout his academic life.
I'm blah, passing blame and open. I'm humble mangi. I'm sagamina, I'm helping my parents blame, no got on blah. Instead of family blame, no got on blah, reputation blame, time, some grow, come, tasol. Somehow I'm losing life blame. One I'm recent, I'm panic accident, but me too, me foul, na start.
Alan completed his business management program late last year at IBS University and later traveled to Lae for holidays, where he tragically lost his life in a car accident. His death deeply affected the university community, particularly students from Hela province, as Alan served as the student union president in 2025.
2 years I've been staff president for me. I'm saving good, I'm monitoring all Hela students good. Leadership blame I'm quality, I'm starting jet. I'm making I'm monitoring all students, Hela students, and also I'm monitoring all some students too, because I'm overall management, I'm leadership blame I'm quality, so I'm making
While families and friends of the graduates celebrated with joy and excitement, Alan Erwi's family wore black in mourning, reflecting a powerful contrast of achievement and loss. His legacy, however, lives on throughout his leadership, service, and the degree he worked hard to hand. Late Alan Harry was remembered not only for his academic success, but as a young leader whose life and promise ended too soon. Michael Tamtipai's TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2312 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2237 US, $0.3124 Australian dollars, $0.1832 euro, and 35.33 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, oil closed higher, and on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed lower, and ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's OneTalk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's OneTalk Wallet. PSP's OneTalk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
noodles. Tastier, but you like it more.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
You sabi tu olsem kondom em wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use condom long right pla way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Thanks for staying with us. In news overseas, the cost of PVC has jumped by more 30% with ongoing conflict in the Middle East, disrupting supply chains for the materials needed to make it. It's led to a shortage of the product, which is crucial for the building industry, as well as plumbers and irrigators, who say they'll be forced to pass on the cost to consumers.
While the nation's attention has firmly been on rapidly increasing fuel costs due to ongoing conflict overseas, crucial supply chains for petroleum and natural gases needed to make PVC have also been disrupted, leading to price hikes as well as shortages. It's left the building industry scrambling to find the product and with a bigger bill than they expected to pay.
If you can't get pipes in the ground, you can't lay a slab, and then that just grinds everything to a halt.
It's a situation industry experts have likened to the COVID-19 pandemic, and its impact isn't just being felt in construction. Farmers who rely on the product for their irrigation systems have been left in the dark. South Australian irrigation supplier Tom Dracopoulos says he's already had local growers looking to put off desperately needed work due to the cost.
We're getting people asking us from now to supply irrigation for next year because no one knows how to answer the question of what is going to happen in the next 3 months.
Back on the construction site, there's a call from lobby groups to reinstate rise and fall clauses in building contracts, something that was last done in 2020. That would mean rather than a fixed price, building contracts could go up and down based on the going rate for labour and materials. The state government has yet to commit to the changes, but says it continues to monitor ongoing supply issues and input costs.
In the building game, time's money. The longer a build takes, generally the less profitable it is as a result.
Another blow for an industry already under pressure.
After the Black Summer bushfires, it was predicted that without urgent government interventions, koalas in New South Wales could be extinct in the wild by 2050. 2 years later, the federal government listed koalas as endangered in the state, along with the ACT and Queensland. In response, a small eco-charity in northern New South Wales sped up its tree planting efforts.
A decade ago, Linda Sparrow dedicated her life to saving koalas. She co-founded eco-charity Bangalore Koalas to plant food and shelter trees in New South Wales's Northern Rivers region.
We have a never surrender policy. We're never, ever, ever going to give up. If you can't save koalas, you can't save anything.
Plantings across 7 shires link patches of isolated habitat to create wildlife havens and corridors.
So we've grown from just here in Bangalore to heading way out west towards Tenterville Way, and we've gone right up to the Queensland border and just down on our way towards Grafton.
Linda says each tree planting event generates calls from new volunteers and landowners, and she keeps lifting her goals.
Actually, we first started, it was 100,000. I'm like, no, let's make it 250, and then it was 250. No, let's make it 500,000.
This event, though, was one of the most significant in 10 years, the planting of the 500,000th tree.
This is such a crucial site because there's a lot of koalas in Possum Creek.
There is. Glenn Wallace, who's had 4,000 trees planted by Bangalore koalas, was proud it would be on his land.
Very special that she's decided to do it here. It's pretty important to Linda. She's worked extremely hard to get there, and it's an enormous achievement.
Linda had the honour of planting the 500,000th.
Voila!
Of course she has a new goal, 1 million trees by 2030.
That's going to give the koala population in the northern rivers so much hope that they can survive and thrive here. And it's actually not just about the koalas as well, it's all the other wildlife. We're planting for glossy black cockatoos and all these other threatened species. It's hope for the planet, and it's also hope for all of us.
Come on!
U.S. First Lady Melania Trump has used a rare on-camera public address to deny any links to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. She's denied ever having a relationship with Epstein or his associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, and rejected claims she was a victim. Corey Alpert is an expert in U.S. politics who served in the Biden administration. He says the First Lady could be trying to foreshadow a potential appearance in Congress.
So on Friday, the Department of Justice released a new set of emails, which, while the exact names and email addresses were redacted, implicate that Melania and Ghislaine Maxwell had some correspondence in 2002. So I think that this is Melania Trump trying to get ahead of what she thinks is going to be a news cycle, and everything in her speech seems preemptory. Now, some of this is because she's trying to get ahead of this in the moment, but I think the broader political mood is that if Democrats retake Congress in November, as seems fairly likely, she wants to at least have some deniability or some way to position herself if and when Democrats take control of these committees that are investigating these Epstein files and would do so in a much more fulsome way than Republicans are doing right now. I mean, this is the most we've heard from Melania Trump since she wore that trench coat that says, "I don't really care, do you?" She's not a very public First Lady. When I worked for First Lady Biden, we were on the road 24/7 giving speeches and engaging around the world. Melania Trump is not that First Lady. She is consistently pretty quiet, and so this is, I think, a play for her to try to get ahead of this story. I think we always we want to assume that she's not a part of the worst excesses of this administration, but she was the person that convinced Donald Trump to run in 2016. She's been there in lockstep for every part of the administration's worst excesses. So we have to at least understand that she's somewhat in that inner circle, but traditionally the First Lady's office sits in the East Wing. We call it the East Wing. The East Wing physically no longer exists. Many of the people who staff the First Lady now sit alongside the president's staff. So we have to imagine that Donald Trump was at least aware that she was going to give a talk from the same room where Donald Trump announced the war on Iran just a few weeks ago. The Republicans now face a really tricky political question of, do they present themselves as trying to find accountability for the folks implicated in these files, or do they risk reminding the American public of their party's involvement? You saw the Republicans just a few weeks ago try to drag the Clintons, former President Bill Clinton and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, into this scandal through one of these hearings that had no real domestic effect. So I think what the Republicans are trying to do right now is balance that as they head into this midterm cycle where voters are starting to pay attention and the Republicans very much could risk simply reminding voters of how closely implicated the Trumps are in any of this as Donald Trump positions this midterm election to be a referendum on his leadership.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, first win for PNG Under-19 women and Zebedee takes on leadership role.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Central Province is our home.
The tides of the Coral Sea are our heartbeat. From the coast to the mountains.
Traditions pass generation to generation.
The sea and our gardens sustain us.
Our songs carry our legends through time.
Our home is Central Province. Our nation is Papua New Guinea.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA Bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
Welcome back. Papua New Guinea Under-19 women recorded their first win of the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific qualifier yesterday, defeating Vanuatu by 5 wickets in Day 2, Match 4 of the competition. Vanuatu Under-19 women posted a modest total of 86 for 5 from the 20 overs after being sent into bat, with PNG bowlers maintaining discipline throughout the inning to restrict the scoring rate.
The fast-finishing PNG Ciales chased down the target confidently, reaching 87 for 5 in 15 overs. The innings was anchored by Mealoa, who top-scored with 23 runs off 45 balls in a steady and composed knock that guided the team through the middle overs. Rolly Mahuro also contributed 15 runs, helping to build a solid foundation in the chase. Despite a few late wickets, PNG remained in control with contributions across the batting lineup, ensuring the target was achieved with 5 overs to spare. Extras played a significant role in the innings, adding 39 runs to the total. Vanuatu's bowlers showed off in the field with Claudia Nguyen, Anna Griffin, Rineth Lengsau, and Captain Susan Stephen each claiming a wicket, but were unable to contain PNG's progress. For her match-winning contribution with the bat, Mealoa was named Player of the Match. PNG coach Jason Killa said the win came with a lot of emotions. He said Vanuatu is a tough team and acknowledged the team for a good game. The victory marks an important milestone for PNG Under-19 women as they continue their campaign in the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup EAP qualifier, building confidence and momentum in the tournament. PNG looks forward to match 6 against Samoa on Saturday, 11th April, while Vanuatu meets Fiji on field for match 7. Terry Long with TV1 Sports.
Vanuatu Under-19 women's coach Chris Lafan says he is encouraged by his side's performance and the opportunity the EAP qualifier is providing to his players to showcase their skills on the international stage.
Vanuatu opened the tournament with a loss to early favourite Samoa on Wednesday. Batting first, Samoa posted 131 all-out in 20 overs. Vanuatu were bowled out for 73 in 19.1 overs, despite a valiant 40 from captain Susan Stephen, who was named player of the match. Laffan pointed out the positive that his bowlers had taken all 10 wickets to bowl Samoa out. On day 2, Vanuatu was edged out in a close game by PNG, with PNG finishing 87 for 5 to chase down Vanuatu 86 for 5, a narrow 5-wicket victory for the PNG side. Coach Chris Laffan said the tournament is an important step in the development pathway for the players.
I feel like we've got a really good feel for the players, and it's probably helped us fit in a little bit earlier and fit in well, so the girls feel really supported, I think, so far.
He highlighted areas the team will build on, particularly their batting strategy and running between wickets.
From a development point of view, it's the first time having under-19 girls here at an EAP qualifier. So to take 10 wickets against Samoa, who are probably the tournament favourites, was a real positive out of that. And obviously Susan Stevens' innings of 40-odd and player of the match, that's something special too.
Laffan also spoke about the game's growing popularity in Vanuatu, especially among girls. He noted the success of the senior women's team in the region and said the lead-up to the qualifier included 6 junior tournaments that attracted 70 junior girls, a huge boost for the sport locally. A special moment at the tournament came for 16-year-old Juliet Wenitong, whose parents live in Cairns, Australia. It was her first time representing her Vanuatu heritage, and her mother, Gabrielle, travelled to Port Moresby to watch her make her debut.
Yeah, first time for Juliet to meet the girls, and it was a big work in progress and something where we saw cricket being able to play a really key role in connecting her back to her family from Vanuatu. When completing her citizenship, I know she met up and caught up with some family members, which is something really special. And
asked about Vanuatu's chances of qualifying for the ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup, Laffan did not preempt the result. Instead, he reiterated the primary goal is using the tournament to expose the girls to higher level competition and continue their development. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The 2026 edition of the New Power Sports Talk Sevens tournament recorded another milestone in its 9th year of existence, with the engagement of 3 international accredited sevens rugby referees from Fiji who officiated in this year's tournament for the first time.
Sports Talk Sevens tournament owner Benson Upas announced during the tournament launch that this is a first time they have brought 3 specialist referees from Fiji to officiate the tournament alongside local referees, with the aim of raising the level of refereeing and the standard of the game, especially sevens rugby. Natakora Wangandra, a member of the Fiji rugby referees, shared his excitement about officiating in Port Moresby, PNG for the first time, describing it as a lifetime opportunity. He remarked on the lively atmosphere, noting that the passion in the crowd reminded him of rugby back in Fiji.
Yes, sir. This is my first time, and I really love being here. I look up, I see all the seats occupied, and this is the love for rugby, like at home. We have this vibe and love for rugby at home too.
Assessing the standard of sevens rugby in PNG and the officiating, he observed and stated there's some similarities on how sevens is played here, but needs more exposure.
Yeah, we are getting there. It's similar to how we play rugby at home, how we officiate rugby at home. We just need more exposure to tournaments like this.
He observed a positive collaboration with local PNG referees who he believes show significant potential for development to an international standard, but emphasized they need more exposures. But he emphasized the need for more opportunities like the Sports Talk Sevens tournament, reflecting on the competition.
We came, we blend in, we enjoy the company of our fellow PNG referees. And they have what it takes to be good referees. They just need more exposure to good games.
Interestingly, Natakora's journey into refereeing began unexpectedly after he injured his shoulder while playing AFL. His new role has allowed him to explore new places, and he feels fortunate to be in PNG. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The long wait is over. The country's premier National Rugby League competition, the digital ExxonMobil Cup, kicks off this Sunday amid high anticipation from passionate rugby league fans.
Close to season 2026. Port Moresby's Santos National Football Stadium will be buzzing this Sunday with a blockbuster triple-header to kickstart the 2026 season. The triple-header starts with the game between Gas Resources Central Debaris and Osilo Wagi Tumbe, followed by PRK Mandim Muruks and PRK Gulf Iso. The game between Hella Wigman and Snakes Tigers ends the day. All three matches will be live on digital TV1 Sports 2 channel. A bumper crowd is expected to pack the stands in Port Moresby. Other opening fixtures include the Bintagoro Goroka versus Wamga Mount Hagen Eagles at the National Sports Institute in Goroka, and the Angami Oaks versus Moniplas NCDC Vipers will take center stage at the Ipus Oval in Wabag. Fans in Lae will pack the Lae Rugby League Oval to catch a first glimpse of the new franchise MPG Cadets as they begin their maiden season against Eastern Britain Agma Gurias. The match was originally scheduled for Medang but has been moved to Lae because the Medang facility is not yet ready. PNG RFL General Manager Pathways and Performance Tony Archer expressed confidence and excitement for the 2026 competition, saying this year's edition promises to be bigger and better, adding more value for the fans.
Super Sunday, effectively. All 6 games across the country. We're playing in Goroka, playing in Wabag, and also have been having to move the game to Lae because of some damage to the ground at Medang, unfortunately. But Condes will kick off their entry into the competition, which is always exciting for seeing a new franchise come in who's worked really hard to get into the competition. But most importantly for our fans here at the National Football Stadium, they've got a triple header. They're going to see the 2 teams who played in the grand final last year, some exciting rugby league, and we're really looking forward to launching the season this weekend and bringing back for our wonderful fans the opportunity to see some spectacular rugby league.
Archer noted the season will run over 18 rounds and include special weekends such as the Man of Honor round and the Magic round, with a triple header set for Goroka in round 3.
And the theme rounds are really important to us. So we've got a men in league round in round 3, and we'll play a triple header up in Goroka that weekend, and that's around men's mental health. Really important subject, a really important topic in PNG, where we support our young men with their mental health. And our game is, has a lot of young men in it that need to navigate through that. And then obviously in round 17, our women in league round that we launched last year, which was really successful. And not only is it about the women's game, but it's also about respectful conversations with our women and demonstrating the important role that women play across our game. So it's not just about the players on the field, but everyone involved. So, and then culminating obviously with an amazing round in the middle of the year where you'll see all 6 games in one location.
The competition will observe a weekend break before round 2 and will culminate in a 4-week final series with a grand final scheduled for September. Fans are encouraged to get out to the 4 venues this weekend and support their teams. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Western Highlands wrecking ball Zebedee Kip will have plenty on his shoulders in 2026 as PNG Hunters coach Paul Ayton looks to the next crop of players to step into leadership roles within the playing group.
Zebedee Kip, now in his 2nd season at QRL Hostpass Cup level, said the departure of a number of senior players, particularly middle and edge forwards, has left big shoes to fill. But with the next man-up mindset and the resilience shown by the boys in the opening 4 rounds, he said a win is not far off.
Really challenging for especially the experienced boys to, work with the new boys to know what to do in these things. So yeah, on the other end, we're helping them, also we're helping ourselves. It's a bit, we're trying to, bring them up. Also, we're trying to put ourselves up to lead and a bit challenging, but yeah, we slowly getting along well. So hopefully looking for a good game this weekend.
Kip reiterated the Tigers are in good season form and won't be taken lightly.
The Tigers is a strong team. I think they're sitting good in a ladder. We lost 3 games, so for us, we are not focused on Tigers, but we have solely focused on ourselves. We need to, we talked that we need to win more games. So yeah, we really focus on ourselves to win more games. It's an hour game, but it's definitely we're trying to go and get the win there. So yeah, we're not more focused on Tigers, but we're focused on ourselves and how we're going to execute our games and our play.
He added the team struggled to maintain structure in the past 3 losses while helping new players adapt to the systems. He welcomed the return of experienced campaigners from injury.
That structures and things that we've learned are a bit new, especially for young boys. And also there are not much experienced players, but good that we have Koso and the boys coming back from injuries, setting a value and things onto our team. But
Kip said Coach Paul Layton has placed strong expectations on him and the other senior players to step up and fill the gaps left by Epel Capinas and Jordan Pact. This weekend's clash against the Tigers could be a turning point as the Hunters look to get back into the winner's circle.
Yeah, it will be a good one. I think Judah is also preparing to meet us, so yeah, it will be a good one down in Brazil.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The 6 Mile Sharks have officially secured a place in the Port Moresby Rugby League competition for the 2026 season. Their participation was boosted with the securing of a naming rights sponsor in Leon Hardware.
Leon Hardware executives met with the 6 Mile Sharks today and presented the jersey to the team as a naming rights sponsor for the club.
Leon Hardware, please put you on the big one.
Tour manager of Leon Hardware, YY Nin, expressed the company's commitment in supporting the 6 Mile community through Rugby League. The Leon Hardware branding will be prominently displayed on the jersey of both men's and women's teams throughout the season.
Hardware is really honored to be part of the sponsor to the 6 Mile Shark. So, and then for the company side, we are willing to help us greater support to the community's growth.
The sponsorship announced was welcomed by the 6 Mile community and Mosby Noticed member John Cowper. Cowper commended Leon Hardware for stepping forward to support the local rugby league club. He highlighted the positive impact such partnership can have on community development.
Leon Hardware, may work in business community staff. It's a community obligation that I should support in sports, in church activities, or one kind of way we must support so that community work must go ahead. Also, not today, me how much too long. Miss Wiwi from Leon Hardware come, Lomakim Leon Hardware as a major sponsor of 6 Mile Shark Rugby League Club. 6 Mile, now what 6 area go to 5 Mile.
He added that initiatives like these play an important role in shaping a better future for Mosby Noticed, particularly by engaging young people in sports and promoting community pride. The official jersey presentation and sponsorship announcement was welcomed by players of the 6 Mile Sharks and the 6 Mile community as they look forward to cheering for their team playing in the Port Moresby Rugby League competition. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
While appreciating Leon Hardware for the sponsorship, member for Mosby North East John Cowper urged players to see Rugby League as an alternate form of employment as the NRL pathway looks clear with the inclusion of PNG Chiefs as the 18th NRL team.
Rugby League It's all about game, but it's part of your employment. Why I'm saying this? Because time you play rugby league, you go. Behind also a select team, like you go to Australia, you go to England, whatever. So you must give commitment to rugby league. So that behind you feel like go come. Company back to you low. Or no can buy you go to another block, low country, low play. So it's your commitment. Low one who tell you like play and participate. Take it serious.
The Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs have delivered one of the biggest upsets of the 2026 NRL season, defeating the Penrith Panthers 32-16 in their Round 6 playoff at Accor Stadium.
Coming into the match as underdogs, the Bulldogs made a strong statement earlier, racing to 3 tries inside the opening 20 minutes to put the Panthers on the back foot. The home side carried a 16-12 lead into halftime and maintained control in the second half, finishing with 5 tries to 3 in a well-rounded team performance. William Kikau opened the scoring in the 5th minute before Jacob Kiraz and Samuel Hodges added quick tries to build early momentum. Second rower Jacob Preston and forward Sitili Tupanua also crossed in the second half to seal the victory. Matt Batten played a key role with the boot, converting 4 tries and adding 2 penalty goals to finish with 12 points. For the Panthers, winger Thomas Jenkins scored twice, while Dylan Edwards added another try, but it was not enough to match the Bulldogs' intensity. Despite their strong start to the season, Penrith struggled throughout the match, completing poorly and making 15 errors, which allowed the Bulldogs to control possession and territory. The Bulldogs also dominated key attacking stats, including run meters and line breaks, highlighting their physical edge over the defending heavyweights. The win is one of the Bulldogs' most impressive performances in recent seasons. The Panthers will be left to regroup after an uncharacteristic off night. NRL continues tonight. Watch all the matches on TV1 Sports. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, cloudy periods, then some showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, rain and thunderstorms. Momase, Ley Medang and Wewak, partly cloudy. Vanimo, cloudy periods, then few showers. New Guinea Islands, TVWAN, cloudy with possible rain showers. Kokoporo, Baul and Buka, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea, seas light to moderate with southerly to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, seas very rough with high waves with southeast to southwest winds of 48 to 63 knots, reaching 80 knots. Bismarck Sea and Pacific Ocean, seas very rough with northwest winds of 34 to 47 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of Samaria Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 4 to 5 meters rising to 7 meters at times. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, New Ireland, New Britain and Bougainville, seas 3 to 4 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Have a safe weekend. Good night.
TV1 News was proudly brought to you by